It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. I want to thank everybody all over the world that actually subscribes to my show and show me love. In the house of The Legends, I have a house recording artist, and her name is Dliteone. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome
Thank
to
you for
The
having
Legends.
me.
Let's talk a little bit about you because you are dressed very unique. I mean, I love the Indian look and
Thank
stuff.
you.
So tell the viewers a little bit about where you're from and things like that.
I'm a Taino Indian. We're Boricuas, indigenous people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm here to represent all the indigenous people of America, you know?
That's great.
Yes. Every indigenous woman out there, I am a representative of her.
Wow. So how did you come about that? How did that actually start for you?
Wow. It was, I had a major accident in life, which was like life-changing for me. And I had to be fused from C4 to C7. And
Okay.
I made a promise. I said, if I can get up from this bed, I'm not going to be afraid of anything.
Wow,
And
that's
that was
amazing.
seeking my roots, seeking strength to do music, seeking the strength to do everything, because I no longer had that fear.
Right.
Because the
right.
biggest fear is the greatest fight. That's the one that's inside of you. We all have that.
So you're actually a conqueror. We
Yes,
all are,
I
in a
am.
sense.
Absolutely.
You know, we all have things that we went through,
Oh,
we
yeah.
conquered,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
just went forward.
Yes.
So let's talk about the music thing.
Sure.
When did you actually start getting into music?
I've always been into music. I was always behind the scenes, started out as a coat check girl.
Okay.
Went on and I was promoting for Analog in Brooklyn. Then I had my own venue. It was the Hideaway Underground venue. They were like fetish parties underground, all house music based. And that's where I was introduced. And I've always been in the music because at 14, I was in the Paradise Garage.
Okay.
I shouldn't have been in there, but I was definitely in there, and everyone who surrounded me in my area, I'm from 26th Street, 1st and 2nd Avenue. All the greats are there. In my building was Timmy Regisford,
Right.
Marilyn Bob, Ruben Toro. We had Louis R. Rivera. We had the 28th Street Boys, you know, CNC Music Factory.
Right.
So I basically went to school with Timmy Regisford Elementary School.
Okay.
So we're all from that close-knit musical community. So it was something I was always around. But me taking the step and becoming an artist,
Right.
that was just, I said, you know, move it or lose it. You've always been afraid. I conquered that fear, and I said, you know what? Just throw it to the wind.
Right. Right.
And I did. I signed with Karmic Power Records. And the funny thing is, Karmic Power Records is not an Afro label.
Right.
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 So my first song, it was The Spirit of Freedom. That was, I recorded that at Rit Track Studio with
Okay.
Louis R. Rivera. And the song was a sensation. It went to #3 in 5 days
That's
on
amazing.
Track Source.
Amazing.
It stayed on the top 100 for 2 months. Just an incredible piece. And I was like, wow, this was something I just did because I was conquering fear.
Right.
Well, that just led to, let me do it again. Let's see
Right.
if it's just not, you know, a shooting star.
Right.
And I sat down, I wrote my next song, that's Rhythms of the Soul. Same producer, same studio. Again, a beautiful copulation of what I was going through to survive at that moment.
Right.
So that's what Rhythms of the Soul is. It's about dancing through any storm or obstacle that you have. Since April, I've been blessed. I was actually at the Winter Music Week, I got to perform for Barbara Tucker.
Okay.
And, you know, and Let the Singer Be Heard. So that was like a major moment for me. And, you know, from there, I've been all over performing. So now I got my feet wet. And I have a remix coming out with
Right.
Frankie Fusion. He's
Okay.
doing, you know, Rhythms of the Soul. I'm going to talk to a friend over there about some other work. And now I have another song that has just landed on my lap. So, yeah, I'm going to be working on my third piece.
So like you've been working hard.
I've been,
Really?
you know what? You show up, you show out, and be there.
You know, it's very, very good that that encouragement gave you a jump start.
It did.
To the point where I don't know how you felt about it before, but due to the fact that you got that jump start, it gave you a lot of encouragement.
Yeah, it was, you know, it was always the half step. And once I realized that life was just fleeting, I said, you know what, move it or lose it. You don't want to go into that good night and say,
Right.
I woulda, shoulda, coulda. I did. Yeah, you know.
You know, how do you define house music? Now, everybody has their own definition. What is yours?
House music saved my life.
Okay.
House music allowed me to become more spiritually enlightened.
Okay.
It opened up doors in my mind that only exist through music. And it was a place of peace and harmony. And I wanted to bring that out in my music
Right.
and share it with the world, how you can succeed, how you can go from the bottom and reach the top. All you gotta do is have faith and believe.
So let's talk about live performances.
Yes.
Where was your first live performance? And how did you feel the first time that you actually got out there to express yourself in front of a crowd?
You know, I actually do remember. You know,
Okay.
now I'm thinking it was a big Coney Island boardwalk party. There was about 1,000 people on the boardwalk.
Right.
And with the Spirit of Freedom, I did an LED dance with butterfly wings that would light
Wow,
up
that's
and glow.
amazing.
Oh, real beautiful. It was very spiritual.
Okay.
That was about ancestors being part of us through the earth, air, fire, and water. They are still around us through their energy. So that's what that. So it's very spiritual and flowy. And I got the people to engage and dance with me. And that's what it's all about.
That's great.
Yeah.
When you're expressing your energy to people, what are you receiving back as far as your self-satisfaction?
Well, you know, not everyone can understand positive light.
Okay.
Sometimes positive light can be blinding.
Right.
If you don't understand and you can't translate what it's meaning. But other people who share positive light, we join forces and we
Right.
glow. You understand? It's
Yeah.
the manifestation of two powers coming together and becoming something greater.
You know, my question is that I ask every artist this because it's very important and it's very informative. What do you tell the new upcoming artists that's stepping into this realm right now? And what can you say to them to encourage them to keep it going forward?
You know, I will say that the only one who has to believe in you is you.
Right.
If you don't believe in yourself, your product, your brand, throw in the towel, it's over. You have to be your number one support. You have to be your cheerleader. And hopefully everyone will catch on that this is something positive. This is energy and this will transcend forever.
Right.
My goal here isn't to become famous or rich. That's not what house music is about.
That's right.
It's
That's
about
right.
me existing for eternity. I leave music that long after I'm gone, they are gonna dance to.
You know, that sounds like a purpose that you actually found for yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, it's very important that people actually find a purpose in life.
Yes.
You know, and you find yours, and you're spreading the joy.
Yes. Yes. Just spreading that positive light, that energy, and joining forces with others and becoming,
Right.
you know, imagine all our spirits working together in that common goal.
Right.
The things that we could achieve.
You know, as far as that's atmospheric conditions. You know,
Absolutely.
I tend to be around people that are very sensible to me to make me feel comfortable. I cannot deal with the negative vibes because
No.
it doesn't take me to that point where I want to be.
Right. And
You know-
I've noticed being positive brings positive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So I've been attracting, I have someone who's promoting me internationally, J.R. Robertson,
Okay.
and he's doing a fine job. He's trying to get me in Ibiza and in Mexico.
You'll be fabulous in the beach.
Yeah, he's trying to
Most
get me over
definitely.
there. But you know, I got God working, the angels
Most
working,
definitely,
and I'm
yes.
uniting with some powerful forces, so anything can happen, yes.
So tell the viewers where some futuristic things that you're going to be getting into. You know.
Well, I'm also a designer. I
Okay.
design tribal walking sticks,
Okay,
and I have
okay.
a jewelry line, the
Okay.
Wildfire Collection by Nis.
Okay.
That was another talent that was just born out of COVID, and just taking thoughts, because we were on lockdown.
Right.
And I don't know if you know, but that stifled mind can be chaos
It can.
on an artist. It can drive us insane. And I blossomed into this whole other being.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a little break, and you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Free people dance by the light of the moon. Butterflies dance with the souls of the ancestral spirits. Billowing winds roll down the meadow and splash against my face. I am earth, air, fire, and water. I am the air you breathe, the breeze beneath the trees, the rain that washes away the pain that keeps you from going insane, the fire that's in your soul that makes your body roll, and the earth beneath your feet as you groove to this funky beat. Dance with me. Set your mind and body free. Dance with me. If you wanna be free. Have you ever been on a butterfly high? Spread my wings to touch the sky. Run away with me, spend the day with me, have your way with me. Dance with me. Set your mind and body free.
And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. And like I said, in the House of the Legends, I have somebody that's really spiritual, and she is so, so divine. I give you Dliteone. What's going on, man?
Thank you, sweetheart.
You know, I want to reach out and thanks Cassio for actually putting this together and actually putting this show together. And I think it's very special. You know, he's been around for a very long time, and he's
Yes.
touched a lot of hearts and a lot of people. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So let's talk about life itself. I mean, we still go through ups and downs and things of that nature. So what's your tunnel vision?
Keep your eye on the prize.
Okay.
Looking to the left and to the right. If you're not walking in that direction, you have no business looking that way. The only thing you get by looking to the left and to the right is you'll see the negative to the left and to the right. If the positive is before you, keep your eyes on the prize.
Right.
And keep walking forward. Challenge yourself. Step out of your comfort zone. And most of all, don't be afraid to be alone.
Okay.
That was one of my greatest fears, always being alone. And I found after my trials and tribulations, alone was my safe place of peace and solitude.
Okay.
I was always there, but I wasn't enlightened enough to recognize it.
Okay. Dealing with the negative, because I'm sure that some people along the way have
Sure.
said some things, or you might have heard some things.
Sure.
Or so how did you deal with that? Because I mean, it seems like when somebody's doing something positive, there's always somebody that wants to plant a seed in it of negativity.
Sure.
So let's hear from you about that.
You know, what do they say? When you're at the top, you become the topic. And when you're the headline, you know, when you're the head, you become the headline. You're just going to take that. And you can't let poison, other people's poison, be digested into you and manifest into that ugly darkness.
Right.
Now, honestly, living your best life, and this is what I say to everyone, if living your best life affects others in a way that's negative, you're doing something right.
That's true.
Keep walking your path.
That's cool, you know. And so the track that you're putting out right now, let's talk about how you got about it, how you came about it, and who produced it, and actually where's it going right now?
Wow, it's Rhythms of the Soul.
Okay.
It was produced by Louis R. Rivera.
Okay.
He's been in the industry a very long time. And the song is about the greatest fight, which is
Okay.
the fight for life. You know, it talks about life being an illusion of your own choosing. Doesn't matter if you're winning or losing.
Okay.
It's basically your headspace. You
Okay.
can be in hell, but if you got the right headspace, you're gonna get out of there. Prison is in the mind.
Right.
And I've learned how to, well, I'm trying to learn as I go on to escape that prison. And just, if my mind has to leave my mind, just go out. Let it look at flowers, let it look at trees. If it's something so negative and damaging me, I need to focus on other things visually
Right.
and desensitize that thought in the brain.
So how are you feeling when you hear your music in the club and you see everybody just vibing off your stuff? Describe that feeling.
I cried.
Oh, really? Okay.
I cried. I remember being a little girl and saying, when I grow up, I'm gonna be an artist. I didn't know what type of artist. I'm a poly artist. I do floral design.
Okay.
I worked for a very prestigious company.
Right.
And I did floral design for a lot of celebrity weddings.
So tell the viewers, how can they contact you on that if they actually want to do some business with you?
Oh, I'm Dliteone Herrera on Facebook, or you can request my fan page on
Okay.
Dliteone on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm all over.
That's great.
I'm all over. I'm not going anywhere
I
for a
hear
while.
that.
I'm gonna get a little comfy here.
You know, we place ourselves in different type of categories of life, and I call it the fear, the loneliness, anger, the pain, and the pleasure of life. Where do you feel that you fit in on one of those categories?
I am all of it.
Okay.
I am not one or the other. I am all of it. I'm dark, I'm light, I'm wrong, I'm right. You know?
That's cool.
It's just, it is what it is. I'm all these people. I think we focus too much on trying to be someone that we're not,
Right.
rather than just letting it flow. If they're gonna love you, they're gonna love you. Just let that spirit shine. You know, you can tell if you're gonna vibe with someone.
Right.
You can tell if someone
Exactly.
has the wall. But how much nicer is it to sit with someone with open arms? It's just beautiful.
And it doesn't hurt at all?
Not at all. It didn't hurt at all. It was actually beautiful.
I forgot to ask you one question. I mean, growing up as a child and getting into music and things of that nature, who was your idol singer? Somebody who inspired you to say, well, you know, I want to be not exactly like that person, but I want to be somewhat of that person.
I am somewhat of that person. That would be my father.
Okay.
My father was a DJ, and he also used to sing.
Oh, okay.
He had the voice of an angel. And that's the one. I'd grab the little banana, and he'd be doing reel to reels, because it was reel to
Right, back
reels
in the
back
days,
then.
yes, right.
He'd be getting a 6-hour set for the block parties back
Right,
then, before
yeah.
we had the big nightlife explosion in New York City. But they were street parties, and my father was a local DJ.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, if you had to do something all over again from the music industry to now, and you feel that it had to be corrected, what would that be?
I wouldn't have waited so long.
Okay.
I wouldn't have waited this long. You know, you look at obstacles as just obstacles rather than just hurdles you jump over. And once I jumped that first hurdle, it was no longer an obstacle. It became
Okay.
just a hurdle to jump over. And that's life. You're gonna have hurdles, take a jump, keep it moving.
Are you planning on producing and writing for other artists as well?
You know, everything has happened so quickly. I didn't even plan for all of this. It was one day I woke up here and I said, oh my God, I'm so blessed.
Right.
What am I gonna do? So I'm just I'm going to let the wind take me where it's supposed to because I'm spiritual like that. I wouldn't have been brought all this way for him to let me fall. Not after this story.
You know, what I get out of the whole concept of this conversation is free.
Free.
You know, no stagnation.
None.
Just being free.
Free.
Being confident, being spiritual, be able to spread your wings.
Free.
You know, things like that. Awesome.
You don't know what life is.
Right.
When you're like this.
Yeah.
When you can finally say, I am this person.
Right.
And I'm blessed to be this person, you've arrived.
You know, you guys know that I actually had foot surgery, and I was laid in bed for like 6 weeks. The things that was just running through my mind was incredible. You know, and I looked at myself and said to myself, what if this was a permanent condition? Then I'm looking at other people that are permanently impaired.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, you know, it takes a lot to really look at it, and you say to yourself, it changes you.
Find the blessing.
You know, I had crutches, and I hurt myself twice with them. And somebody donated a walker for me, and ever since then, my life is a little bit different now. You know, because I believe that God got me out of it. You know, the surgery was successful. The pain was incredible. You know, just laying up there, and I didn't want to abuse myself with painkillers. And I'm like, I'm going to actually take this, you know, this pain, you know, and it changed me a lot. You know, I think in life sometimes that you got to go through something to give you a transition.
I did. And it was a rude awakening, you know?
Right.
We're not all perfect. I'm definitely not. But I think when you're able to recognize your imperfections and work on them internally and stop focusing on everyone saying, you, maybe it is you. Maybe you do need to change something.
Well, you know what? It's been a pleasure having you on my show.
Thank you.
I love the conversation. I love the vibe. You guys go out there and buy her music, support her, play it. I'm sure it's on all different platforms.
Yes.
Listen to what she's saying on this show. It might just change somebody's life. And this has been another T-Lo video production, and I thank everybody that actually tuned in today. Thank you.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
My assignment, my calling is to inspire, uplift.
You have to make sure your people are partying.
All I want to do is just bring joy to the dance floor and watch people dance.
T-Lo.
It's the battle of the dance floor.
Group music. 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 Group music.
Yeah. These with fat choices.
Group music.
Yeah.
Music. Group music.
Oh.
Music. Group music.
It's the battle of the dance floor, baby.
Group music. Group
The
music.
break is groove, baby.
Group music. Group
That
music.
music that gets you loose, baby.
Music.
Drives you crazy, baby.
Music.
Battle of the dance floor, baby. This where the dancers get up and you lose your mind. And all the supermodels looking good, looking fine. Good Lord, I can't tell you, they're blowing my mind. Woo. It's the battle of the dance floor, baby. The break is groove.
It's the battle of the dance floor. Yeah.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.